same group. As per the previous activity, I think I will probably give you guys 15 minutes for discussions of this activity. So go back to the same group and still the same. Room 1 we're doing scenario 1, room 2 will do scenario 2, and so on. And read through the scenario, think about whether this person is entitled to immunity of risks. All right. And same as the previous activity, I want those students who hasn't speaking to the class from the previous activity, I want those students to need to utilizing those opportunity to do the presentation, share your ideas with the team. All right. I'll open the room now, so please go to the room.
Hello, guys, you there? How is everyone? Hi, guys. Hello, guys.
Hi all.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So, intellectual disability is the condition that a person's ability to learn reasoning, logic, and problem solving is not good.
So I'm searching if sex, like prostitution, is prostitution legal here in Australia?
I think yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
Wow.
Is it?
Yep. I think there are some brothel in Sydney or like a big city. Like brothel, something like that. It's regulated by government, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
It says it depends on the location.
Vary by state.
Yeah.
So where are you guys?
I'm in Queensland.
In Queensland is legal with a lot of regulation. New South Wales is legal in New South Wales if they follow council and health regulation. So New South Wales and South Australia is pretty legal, I think, because they consider as regular employment as long as you do your tax and health check. So
the client is intellectual disability.
Intellectual is they doesn't have the reasoning and logical skill as good as the others.
That means they cannot make the decision on their own, right?
Yeah.
So there must be a guard for him. His parent, the Georgia, is that a girl or a boy? Giorgio, that's a boy. Good. Dignity of risk. The meaning of that is every person has the right to make their own choices, even if these choices can come with potential dangers.
Yeah, and we have to minimize the risk.
But the problem is, Giorgio, he has intellectual disability. Is he able to make his own decision? How?
I think we have to assess him first, like his capacity to understand consent, safety, and legal implication. Like,
Yeah.
is he old enough? Do we have the legal age, right?
The consideration of accessing one's like the consideration of age limit for prostitution. I think the reason why they're doing that is because when you get older, you get more experienced, so you can tell right from wrong. But in this case, our client, his experience won't grow as much as his age grows. Do you think?
I don't think so. Like, regardless the age, then you would like to try something new. Even if you're young, even if you're old, it's just like how curious you are. But given that like brothel and prostitution is legal, then I don't think there's a reason why we should stop him. Like, we can explain the risk, and given that he might not have all the ability to like how you said like to calculate the risk, then we still can do some tests and paperwork to minimize the risk, and he can still see a worker.
So far, based on what we discussed, like first we should access the risk,
Yeah,
and like to see if our client is qualified enough to do this. And I think we should also seek for consent from his family.
yeah, maybe. So like from family, do they have something like psychology, like a doctor for mental health? What's that called? So sorry, I lost it. Anh nói bác sĩ tâm thần là cái gì?
Psychologist, right? Is that right?
Psychologist.
Yeah, maybe like for his mental health, because because of his intellectual, I think he has a psychologist.
Yeah.
So we need to still we have to respect his right. We still need to give him all the information that he might need about sex worker, and that we need to have consent or second opinion from the family and his doctor. Then what?
First first the client's age and his conditions, the client's consent, and second the family's consent, and the third advice from professional team. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think that's basically. Oh, and the sex worker's consent.
Do they? I think it's like a service.
But
maybe.
Yeah, if they don't want to accept it. Yeah. How? do you think the risk could be?
Because they have like we cannot be sure like what's their thinking in their mind, like how they expect the meeting gonna be. So maybe like I don't know how, like when you meet somebody and when you're curious about something and you have different expectation to the reality.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do what they say. It's like a presentation or a emotion preparation. Like you should tell your client what to be expect, what should you do, and what couldn't you do.
I think
Like boundaries regard the sexual activity.
Yeah, in this case, the client he wouldn't understand what the boundary would be and what the consequences would be. So maybe I think he needs a company for this event, just to in case, because
Yeah,
what if the client got raped?
yeah. So it's like we still need I think we use cue card or like infographic, make it as simple as possible so that we can explain them what you should expect, what should you do, and what you should not do, or in sexual relationship. Like what kind of boundaries for you and what kind of boundaries for the workers that you should not reach.
Yeah, like make him understand as much as possible, and then let his guard or whatever his company join the activity.
So it's like access clients.
This is very risky an event.
Decision making ability and powers to consent and consultation from family, GP, psychologist. 3 is
Is there anyone who wants to do the presentation?
Does any of you want to do the presentation? If you have Kristen, you want to do the presentation? If you're not comfortable, I can do about the process, queue, and
I can do it if
2 more minutes.
you want to add
2 more
something.
minutes.
You can add.
Yeah.
That.
Sure, we will.
So Giorgio has the right.
Jojo has what?
That's right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
If
that's,
you want to see sexual workers, we agree
Yeah.
on that.
we both agree. Yeah, all of us agree. Like everyone has the right to make decisions. It's just
We
he's
have
fine.
to,
Yeah, he just needs a little help, a little support.
like, we have to assess it first.
a little explanation.
Explanation, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the financial aspect as well? Does they like, do they understand that meeting a sex worker means they have to pay, and how should they pay?
Final minutes.
Definitely not us
Last
paying for
minutes,
that. I think
then
that's
we will close the
why
room.
we need to ask for consent from his family, like if he gets enough support from the family.
From what I get, like, if there is like financial risk also, like he may be vulnerable to financial exploitation or overpaying if he doesn't clearly understand the transaction.
Yeah.
Okay, you go. You can then come back to the
Recording in progress. Share with us about your case study. Thank you. Anyone from room 1?
Yeah. It's really good. David, yep.
What about others? For the student who hasn't speaking yet.
Maybe they got their own personal opinion. But yeah.
Okay, so they can hand up more. Alright, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I think I will present my own personal opinion as well.
Yep.
So I'm gonna briefly read about the cases. So John has emphysema. I think it's some kind of I'm not sure what the internal organ called. So yeah.
Did you Google it? Did you look it up? What is this?
Not sure, but I think it's something about the breathing system.
Yeah, it is a breathing problem, correct?
Yep. So it says John already consult or have a talk with his GP to stop smoking, but he doesn't wish to. Maybe because he already used to it or become habit, or there's other reason behind it. We're not sure. But yeah, as it says, he doesn't really care about it, but he do respect other workers or people around him. So yeah, in my own personal opinion, I think this dignity of risk will work. In terms of we cannot force John to stop because he have his own right and also free will to express himself. That's what dignity calls, and be aware of the risk and also consult with a professional. So our job only just maybe remind him what cost, or we can present any alternative substitution for smoking, just such as like nicotine, sugar, or give him other alternative like electric. I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, maybe he gonna reduce the smoking, but I think it's the same thing. Everything that I give him contain nicotine. Maybe he can reduce his smoking. So yeah, I think that's the choices I will take because this his own will. He
Finish? Oh, someone is talking. Finish, Darwin?
yeah, I'm finished about my opinion.
So you think John is entitled to the dignity of risks? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He aware and understand. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from your team? Janice? Janice, can you share anything? Share your ideas. What's your discussion with the team?
Know the consequences if he keeps smoking. So I think we cannot force him to stop, but maybe giving him a better understanding what's the consequences is. But if he's still smoking, then it's his own consequences to take.
So, firstly, he did not consult the doctor. Is the doctor urgently request John to stop smoking? Okay, so his doctor asked John to stop because of his emphysema. Yeah, you're understanding this part? So it's not John to consult the doctor. It's the doctor urgently mentioned to John he need to stop smoking. Janice? You got that part? Hi, Janice. Come on. Yeah, so he's not actually consulting the doctors. It's the doctor asking him to stop smoking. Okay, so it is John has been urged by his GP.
So maybe what we can do is it's hard to change a habit, but maybe we can try. But if he still doesn't
What are you going to try?
Maybe if I'm not sure what I can substitute as smoking, but maybe a candy or something better than cigarettes.
Okay, so something to substitute, like Darwin has mentioned, some of the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gums that probably would help. Yeah? Anything else from your groups, like Diwa or Sanya? What's your opinions from your group?
I have same opinion. Like he can change to like nicotine chewy or reduce the. Maybe he use the high nicotine and reduce step by step.
No, you guys didn't get this scenario properly. So it is John, he has some breathing problem, alright? So the doctor requests John to stop smoking because of his illness or sickness. But John doesn't want to. He doesn't want to stop smoking. And he mentioned that he understanding all of those consequences, but he doesn't care. So my question to you guys is, do you think John is entitled to dignity of risks? If you believe it's yes, what do you think we can do as a support worker to minimize the risk of him continue having smoking? So it's not what John going to do, is John has already made his decision. He wants to continue having smoking, even though the doctors say it could be quite risky for him to continue smoking. So as a support worker, what would you do? You can't just say, oh, I leave him alone, let him to just smoke whatever he wants. What else we can do to minimize or eliminating the risks for John?
Can I add from
Yes,
my
please.
side?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a support worker, I will monitor that he smoke only in designated areas.
Yeah.
I would respect John's decision. Yeah.
Yeah, monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going.
Yeah, I would respect his decision to continue smoking because he already understood that the risk of and smokes, and yeah, that's it. And documentation the situation.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
because I also have clients like this. Yeah, in my workplace.
Okay. Excellent. So you have mentioned monitoring. That is really good point. So as a support worker, even though John understanding the consequence, it doesn't mean that you are not going to holding any duty of care or you are not doing anything for John. You still need to closely monitor every time when John's smoking, because he may have difficulty of breathing during the time he smokes, right? He may collapse because he's lack of oxygen during smoking, right? So you still have a lot of risks. So as you are holding the duty of care, you need to definitely closely monitoring John every time he smokes. And also due to our duty of care, we do need to make sure when John is smoking about his safety and also other safety. As in the scenario it mentioned, yes, John smokes outside a lot, so he respect with other workers, so it's not causing any injury or damage to others or other residents. But how about his own safety? When he's smoking, he probably can get burned from the ash, right? So you may need to make sure John smokes in a designated smoking area, where the place has a fire extinguisher or also a fire apron, so John can wear it. So in case if the ash is dropped onto his skin, at least it's not causing any burning, right? This is what we need to do for John. All right. So at least, Excellence, your groups, you have mentioned that yeah, John has the dignity of risk for his case, but what I want you to think about is more what we need to do in the future. If you have, like Johannes has mentioned, he has some clients have similar situation, so you do need to know what we can do better and to fulfill our duty of care. All right, good. Room 2,
Yes, it will be me.
Jason, thank you.
Yes. So the scenario is that Naomi has acquired brain injury and has stopped sending her children at age 7 and age 12 to the school. In this case, we believe that she is not entitled to dignity of risk because her decision is causing harm to other others. But we believe that every student has right to learn. So we as community workers, we try to we can sorry, we as have as care worker, we have to do duty of care to protect the children. So starting by we can tell our supervisor and evaluate the risk, and ever we can what we should do, what if we cannot do anything. We can just tell that the police or the Department of Justice or something. In conclusion, that just Naomi choice is not supported in the dignity of this. That's all.
Okay, good. Anything else from your team, or anyone from your team would have different idea? Crystal or Leo, you guys are from the same group. What's your opinions? Leo?
Yeah, my opinion is Naomi is not entitled to the dignity of risk
Mhm.
because her decision appears to be protective rather than autonomous.
Sorry,
And
position. What position? Decision you mentioned?
her decisions appears to be protective.
Whose decision need to be protected?
Naomi,
Naomi's decision need to be protected.
yeah, because of the dignity of risk, maybe.
So you believe Naomi is entitled to the dignity of risks in this case?
Yep.
Okay, so your opinion would
Not,
be
I mean,
reason
not entitled.
but he's not,
Naomi is
he's
not
entitled.
entitled to the dignity of risk. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think she's not entitled?
Yeah, because her decision to be protective rather than autonomous.
It doesn't make sense to me. So you say she is entitled, but she's not entitled for the dignity of risk. But her
For me, not okay.
no, sorry.
Not okay, but we have to we have to respect for like her decision, right?
Okay, so that's your opinion. All right.
Yeah.
How about others in your group? Riso? Who else is in your group? So far I heard from two, Jason and Leo. Who else in your group? Riso is here. Is Riso?
Yeah, but can I add more? But
Yeah, for sure.
it will be better we give to like a supervisor or manager like Jason said before.
Yeah, for sure. We do need to
Yeah.
communicate with the supervisor. But firstly, how about others from other group? Anyone else from other groups? In this case, what do you think? Is Naomi entitled to have dignity of risk not sending her children to school?
I think she has a dignity of risk.
She has.
The,
Okay.
yeah, she has because it's not about her but about her children, and she should know what happened if she stops sending them to school. What the effects it will have on her children's future. But for duty of care, because you said for the duty of care is not just we have a duty of care to the clients, but also any children that is present. So we have a duty of care to Naomi and her children, despite the mother choices that not sending them to school. The effect on the children being not sent to school and maybe not have the opportunity for homeschool. Maybe they don't have homeschool because the
So you think Naomi has the dignity of risk or not?
yeah, she has because she should knows of the risk.
But don't forget the scenario. Naomi has a acquired brain injury. So she has injury on her brain.
Yeah, I think that people having injury doesn't mean that we do not need to explain them of the risk. We should
Correct.
still explain them of the risk.
Yes,
But
correct.
yes, and then because of her injury, we can assess that she has dignity, but she doesn't have the ability to evaluate.
So that means she is entitled or not entitled?
She
Because she is? You still believe she is? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me explain this scenario with you guys again. So Jason, you are correct. So Naomi is not entitled to dignity of risk in her case. So she's not entitled. It's not because of her brain injury. It's because of her decision that is causing a significant risk to her children. I think Audrey and Leo, you both has mentioned that. Yeah, so the children should go to school. So that's why Naomi is not entitled to dignity of risk because her decision is causing risk to other. If the risk is only causing to herself, then she is entitled. But now her decision is causing significant risks to her children. That's why in this case, she is not entitled to dignity of risks. Does that make sense to you? Because you can imagine, and I think also Audrey and Leo has mentioned, and same as Jason as well, because if her kids is not going to the school, it will directly impact the kids' safety and also the well-being. Like you say, the kids, they do have the right of opportunity going for education, right? So it is not because of their mother doesn't want to send the kids to the school, then we can not sending. So in this case, Naomi's decision is not entitled for dignity of risk. If she decided, oh, I am not going to see my doctor, or I am not going to for my study, then that's her decision. It's only impact to herself, then she is entitled. But if her decision is going to cause a significant impact to others or significant risks to others, then she is not entitled. Does that make sense to you guys?
Tracy,
Yep.
just one
Yes.
question. Does that mean that we could stop her from doing that, or as our role?
We are not stop her doing that. So like Jason and Leo has mentioned, we definitely need to get the supervisor involved because in the scenario, it did not mention that any support worker has explained to Naomi what would be the risk and consequence if she doesn't sending her kids to the school. All right, so we do need to firstly provide a lot of understandable information to Naomi first. And don't forget, Naomi has brain injury. So the information you provided to Naomi, it's really important that she can understand.
Yeah.
So after you explain to Naomi, probably she will change her mind to then sending the children to school. If after that, after you're providing a lot of information or getting a supervisor or even though getting Naomi's husband or any other family member to explain to Naomi, and if she still don't understand, then we probably need to get someone else involved. For example, for the education department or etc. Because as we say, dignity of risk is not going to impacting others. It's only about Naomi herself. She is entitled for herself, but if there's any significant impact to others, then she is not entitled.
Okay. So she's just not entitled, but like we have our own role to like.
Correct.
Well,
Correct. Yeah. So she can't just say, no, I don't want to send them to school, then she's not doing it. So someone else may need to involve and also to explain to her. Okay? Got it? For this?
Oh, good. Thank you, Tracy.
No problem. Great. Excellent, Jason. For room 3. Room 3, scenario 3.
Yes, thank you.
Better? Thank you.
So, from Scenario 3 and from our group, we have discussed. So,
would you mind, sorry to stop you, would you
yeah.
mind to just read through the scenarios or for other students just in case if they don't know your scenario?
Yeah, of course. Okay. So it's about Franco, one of the residents, lives in an aged care facility and has a very few social networks. So we conclude that Franco is kind of like an introvert person, and he does not have dementia. He has told the staff that he does not like most of the other residents, and that so he preferred to sit on his own in the quiet room most of days. Based on our discussions, so yes, the answer is yes. Franco is entitled to dignity of rest. He understands his choices and has the right to decide how he spends his time. Since he does not have dementia and sitting alone does not cause harm, so the worker should respect his choice and support his independence.
Okay, thank you, Rita. Anything else from your group? Anyone want to add on? That's what Rita just mentioned. Yes, please.
Maybe due to our responsibility as a support worker, maybe we can regularly checking on him, monitoring on him, and maybe we can offering if there is a social activities in the facility, maybe we can offering him to go, but not pressuring him. Is that okay?
So you mean you're giving options to Franco to join some social activities in the facility?
Yeah. And regularly checking on him. Maybe we don't know what can happen because maybe he's old, maybe he has a kind of heart disease or something. We don't know which is not mentioned by the scenario, but we have to checking on him regularly, so make sure he is safe.
Yeah.
And well.
Okay. Excellent. Good. Anything else from your team, Novia?
Yeah.
Hadi, yes.
Add one more. Yeah, it's like for the staff, maybe he should document his preference. I mean, Franco preference in his care play, and ensure he's periodically offer to get opportunity for quiet pace. Yeah, or one-on-one interaction without pressuring him to accept. And because Franco's choice to be alone is a way for him to retain control and dignity within a communal living environment. Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Okay, well done.
Yep.
Cool. Anyone else? Erlene, Felicia, or Novia? Anyone else from your team have different idea or anything want to add on?
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, Kobina, please.
I would like to add on a little bit what Rita, Hermanto, and Hadiu has mentioned, and I would like to encourage Franco gently by offering social options like what Hermanto or maybe Hadiu has mentioned, but no pressure, and also making sure he is included in his own way. And I also would like to monitor his well-being by daily checking, just asking simple question like, "Hi Franco, just making sure you are doing okay today, would you like to have some company, or are you happy on your own right now?" And also I might checking her Franco change in his mood, appetite, or behavior that might show loneliness or depression. And we also need to make sure that we respect the Franco choice and keeping him safe and supported. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done, this team. I think everyone in this team has just mentioned or just speaking, they are getting the key point. Well done. So in Franco's case, says, yes, definitely he is entitled to dignity of risks. So he doesn't want to join any social activities in this facility, and he has no dementia, so he knows what he is doing. And like everyone in this team has mentioned, more closely monitoring Franco, because don't forget, yes, his decision is not causing any risk or damage to others, but don't forget, if he is always be alone, it will still impacting his own emotional or psychological well-being. So like the student has mentioned, yeah, we could offer a one-on-one social activity with Franco. We're checking on him every day, or even every shift, to make sure he's okay, or even though we can encourage him to express himself if there's any other things or activities he would like to do, even though it's outside of the facility. Yeah, he probably doesn't have many friends in this facility, but he may want to visit any of his friends outside of the facility. That would be one of the options we can definitely discuss with Franco. And also, like Hadi mentions, that definitely would need to document it into the care plan. So make sure everyone is respecting Franco's decision at this stage, and also looking for any other alternative options that we can offer to Franco, right? And we're closely monitoring his emotional and psychological well-being, because he may be feeling loneliness, he may be depressed, or he probably will impact on his self-esteem, or etc., or self-confidence, etc., etc. Right, excellent. Well done, this team. Doing a really good job. Group 4.
Okay, I'm gonna answer.
Yes, thank you, Preston.
Or, yep. So the scenario number 4 is Giorgio has an intellectual disability and he wishes to see a sex worker. So from our discussion, Giorgio is potentially entitled to the dignity of risk, because I think we have to assess him first, like his capacity to understand consent, his decision making capacity, safety, and legal implication. If he has the capacity and the sex work is legal and safe, we think his choice should be respected. And if Giorgio doesn't have the decision-making capacity, I think we must not facilitate it without proper authorization. It could be like legal guardian or substitute decision maker.
Okay. So I try to summarize as what you say. So you mean we do need to assess Giorgio whether he has a capacity of making decision himself?
Yep.
Is that what you mean?
Yep. Because in this scenario is this.
Persons with intellectual disability, how do you know the person has capacity making decision or not? And in this scenario, we don't know how severe of his intellectual disability.
Yep.
Do you think his intellectual disability would affect his rights?
We've been discussing about this. Like the first thing we need to do is to access, like, to know how severe is his intellectual disability is. If he's not able to make decisions on his own, then we must seek help from his family or his guardian.
Okay. Anything else? So
And
it's like, yeah, keep going on.
and if prostitution is legal in the place that Giorgio is in.
So you think it's someone else to decide whether Giorgio can see a sex worker or not? It's not himself. It's not Giorgio to make this decision. It's someone else who make this decision on behalf of him.
No, what we think is if he wants to see it, he is entitled. But what we're gonna do is to assess how much can he understand things, and we will try our best to explain the consequences to him and to his family. And if their decision is still a yes, then yeah, we're gonna monitor the process and try our best to let him see a sex worker.
Anyone else from this team have different opinions, or you would like to share your opinions with us?
Yeah, it's when we first tackling this scenario, we all agree that we should assess Jojo capacity first. And even though he has intellectual disability, he is still entitled to the dignity of risk. But in order to, and because I think sexual activity is a part of human rights, so we could not stop him. But to minimize the risk, we should talk and consultate with his. I think he has a psychologist. About all the complexity in the sexual activities, then we have someone to help explaining to him and to monitor him. We even think about during the sexual activity, we need to talk with the sex worker to see if they are willing to work with a client like Jojo first, and then we carry out the meeting, and we need to teach Jojo about the physical response, what he should expect, and what are the boundaries. There's a lot of things to do to minimize the risk. But it's like he entitled, and we will carry it out. But in order to carry out the things that he wants, there's a lot of things and a lot of people involved.
Okay, cool, excellent. How about others like Lily or Dao? How about others in your team? Haven't heard from them yet. Where's your teammates? Where are they?
For you, for the last activity, we've heard from her, she shared some of her opinions, but for this activity, we don't see the other three.
So only three of you, only Audrey, Christian, and Yong, only three in this group.
That Lily was discussing with us in the first activity.
Oh, so Lily didn't join for the second one.
Yeah, no. For the second one, we see Lily, don't see Yong.
Okay, alright. So they should be aware that if they are not attending the activities, then we can't fully mark in their attendance. Alright, let's go back to this scenario. Yes, three of you has mentioned it correctly. So Georgia, he is entitled to dignity of risk. As Audrey mentioned, yes, it is. Same as Giorgio, even though he has an intellectual disability, but also we do have our duty of care. So we do need to, like Yong and Christian, what's a Christian? Yes, Christian has also mentioned that we do need to do some review, or we would need to provide a lot of information to Giorgio to make sure he understanding the consequences, and also he knows what he's doing before he giving the consent. Yeah, so we rather than saying as doing a assessment, I probably would say we do need to provide more informations to help Giorgio to understanding what his decision is and what could be the risk and consequences could cause to himself, right? And like Audrey mentioned, definitely we will have a lot of people involved, even though maybe their family member and also the doctors, or even though if the sex worker is happy to participate, then we probably need to inform the sex worker as well. Yeah, we do need to do a lot of review and also provide those understandable information to Giorgio. If he understands all of those, then yes, he is entitled to this dignity of risks. But as we say, as a support worker, we do need to provide all of those information based on his capacity. So if he understanding that, yes, that is his right. But if he doesn't understand what would be a lot of those risks, then we do need to find out different way to help him understand, right? Well done. All right. So that's the end of this activity. We do have one more activity to do. Yes? Someone has mentioned something? No? No? Okay. So let's continue. So the following part we're going to discuss is about human rights. So as we say, human rights is part of the ethical considerations, and also we do need to follow the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and also a lot of legislation in Australia is developed based on the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So we do need to fully understanding what would be our human rights, what is entitled for. And did you get, any of you get chance to read through the Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Put your hands up, let me know. Did you get a chance to look up what is Universal Declaration of Human Rights? No? Not yet? Okay, that's what I believe so. That's why I think I plan for this activity for you guys is to not forcing you, but giving you the opportunity to read through the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. All right, so firstly, at least you do need to understanding what is the responsibility in the organizations. So I listed four. Everyone, we do have rights to make decisions about their care, definitely including the clients and their family member. So we do always need to consider in different ways to encourage our what we're going to do for the clients. We always need to get the clients involved. That is what we say about participation. That is part of human rights. And also accountability. So like the previous activity, you guys has mentioned monitoring. Excellent. That is one of our legal responsibility, which is we holding the accountability to monitor and fix if there's any breaches of human rights, which is what we mentioned previously. If you see any cases of breaching any client's human rights, you do have the responsibility to report because we're holding that accountability. And also for non-discrimination and equality, that is, you guys are all aware that we are not accepting any forms of discriminations, and we do also need to prevent any forms of discrimination happening in our workplace or even to our clients. If it happens, then you should know what is the process to reporting in according to your organizational policy and procedure. And for empowerment, that is one of the really essential and crucial parts of human rights. Everyone, they should exercise their rights, right? And they do have the freedom to make their own decisions. That is everybody. It doesn't, regardless if they have disability or not, the person, they would still have this right to make their decisions. But probably some of the like as we say, legal or financial or medical decision they may not have the capacity to make, but in other general decision, we still encourage the persons to exercise their right, which is they can make their decisions, right? So we do the next activity is, which is I want all of you to firstly go into this website. I'll probably click this website and share that with you guys on the chat box, so you can copy and paste and start reading those Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I want the whole group to look for or to pick 3 articles that you feel may related to clients in care. Alright? And you need to provide an example of how person may have each rights breached by the care worker. So which is you need to try to provide me an example what could be the potential breach of human rights by a support worker. Right? And also provide an example of how a care worker could ensure that they are upholding each of those rights to the clients. So there are 3 parts of this activity. Everyone need to participate, okay, especially for those students haven't speak up for those previous 2 activities. That will be your last chance, all right? I would give you guys 20 minutes for this activity because there are 30 articles you need to read through, even though each article is really short, just 2 or 3 sentences. But you do need to read through it and try to pick 3 of them that may relate it to client care, right? Let me try to get this, oops. Try to get this copy onto your, I'll share the screen with you guys again. I'll copy this onto the chat box so you can easily click on the link without typing. Oh, thank you. Someone has already done it. And I will opening the room again, okay? And you guys can go back to your group and divide it each one, which one you, which person is going to do which question, or discuss it with your whole team. And let me share that screen with you.
Hi guys.
Mario.
That's a bit weird. Like,
What is it?
Dang, Gia, are you here? Dongbao, are you here? If they're not present, how did they manage to come into the group?
No.
Yes. Down place. Yes. I seem to know why I'm going to follow you. It's really wrong in politics. One thing that are Cubans to Tanzania. That's when we come back. Oh, that's a good one. There's one out. Right there. John.
Recording in progress. Recording in
Freedoms
progress.
set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, as such race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. So this means there should be no discrimination against race, colors, sex, and etc. as the one that I mentioned before. And so as a care worker, we can do this by including everyone if there's an activity in the facility, so that there will be no discrimination against everyone. And the last one is no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So this has a correlation with the previous one. Everyone shall be treated equally and with care, not with abuse or any sort of bad treatment or punishment, even if they failed at something or a task that they cannot do daily. That is all. That's the 3 points that we decided to pick for this activity. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Christians. Anyone from your team can give us an example how the persons may have each rights breached by the care staff?
I want to explain about the breach. Actually, I choose Article 1, 3, and 5, not 2.
All right, okay.
Yeah, for the Article 1, for the branch, a care worker treats some clients better than others because of their race, gender, or disability. For the upholding, a care worker provides the same level or of respect, attention, and care to every client.
Yep, so we equal attentions and providing the same level of cares?
Yeah, for the Article 3, for the brands, a care worker leaves a client unattended, cause the client to fall or be injured. For the upholding, a care worker follows safety procedure and ensure the client environment is secure. And then monitoring the clients.
Yeah.
And then for Article 5, for the brands, care worker should care worker
What is the 5 again? What is the Article 5 saying?
Freedom from torture or cruel treatment.
Okay, so what do you think about this? Free from abuse, right? Free from neglect.
Care worker shouldn't make a mock or.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Who is saying hello to us? Keep going, go on.
Okay. Should make a mock or some things like physical handles a client roughly. For upholding, a care worker speak kindly and gentle handling the
clients.
Yeah.
And safe and respect too.
Yep. Excellent. Great. Perfect. Anything to add on for group 1?
Yes, please. I'll probably add one more article one about dignity and equality, right? So the example of risk that maybe everyone can understand is like, as a support worker, we might speak disrespectfully to the client, or ignoring the client, or treating one client to another like not equally. Like we treat this lady better than this man, it probably not equal. That's the example I can present. I think.
Yeah, correct. That will be a good examples to demonstrate your understanding the human rights. Like we should treat everybody equally and offering the same, same level of care to others fairly. Yep, excellent. Anything else to add on for group 1? No? Alright, well done. Thank you so much. Group 2, any different articles you believe that is related to the client's care in your team? Need the name pop up. Jason? Or no?
Okay, so we are from group 2 and we choose slightly different article.
Same, exactly the same?
Slightly different. So we will do three of our team will choose article and we explain them. For my case, I choose article of 12, which is basically a right of privacy. So in this case, as care worker, we might accidentally mention or telling a story about private medical history of another client, and then let's say that he has an asthma, he has something like this, and then suddenly when we walk in the room, he coughing a lot. But even though it's like sounds simple, but we already preach that human right of right of privacy. So what we should do is that we need to always always to get the information by ourselves and then store them in the right way, either in the same organization material. What do you call it? Just give me a sec. Tell everyone. That's all. And the article will be told by Leo.
Okay. Thank you, Jason.
I will explain Article 3.
Article 3, yes.
Article 3 is everyone has the right to live, liberty and security of person.
Mm-hmm.
So, for an example, a care worker neglects to monitor a resident who has a high risk of choking during mealtime and leading to preventable choking incident. The upholding is the care worker have to ensure proper supervision during the meals, follow the safety protocols, and respond quickly if the resident shows signs of choking like that.
Choking or talking?
Choking, sorry.
Choking, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned what we need to do is to monitoring the client, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? What else we can do to uphold your client's rights?
The right to liberty, we can have to take care of worker respect, the resident freedom of movement,
Okay.
and always following legal or organizational guidelines with proper consent like that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you, Leo.
Yep.
Who
So
is
article will explain by Putri. Right?
It's Gabriela. Sorry.
Gabriela, sorry.
Yeah. So for the last article is number 18. It's about freedom to choose religions and belief. So everyone have a right to something they believe, right? So for care worker, we must ensure that our clients have a freedom to express their belief in the cultural belief, and then maybe if there is a community for the specific religions or belief, we can encourage our client to join to the activity, so they feel like in the community, not just live alone. So I think that's the possible that we can support.
any example that could the care worker breach this human right?
Yes, like we forcing our belief to our clients that your belief is not correct or anything that best our objective. So it might be branch the rights to clients. We forcing them to believe what we believe.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Well done. Really good. Group 3. Thank you so much for group 2. How about group 3?
Yeah, Tracy.
Greta?
Yeah. So from group 3, we have chosen 3 articles, and we chose Article 5, 18, and 27. And I'll explain the Article 5 first. So, it's no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. So, this means every person has the right to be treated kindly, safely, and respectfully, and never to be hurt, humiliated, or mistreated. And as we know that we will work in an aged care facility and disability facility, so it will be like much possibility the elderly will make the mistakes because of their physically it's not as strong as the youth and disability person as well. Like when they're doing the activities, they will do mistaken, and we as a care worker, we cannot shouting or yell, insult person when they are slow to move or make a mistake, something like that. And that's the example how a care worker could break this right. And the rest of Article 5 will be explained by Erlind. Yeah, Erlind.
Okay, thank you, Rita. As explained by Rita, so the upholding example will be we always treat client with kindness and respect, speak calmly and politely. Even when tasks take longer, we should at least let them do it on their pace. Ask for consent before giving personal care, and be gentle and patient when assisting with tasks. I think that's all for now.
So
And then
what will be the breach? What an example of this breach by stuff?
For the breaching is like they, as explained before by Rita, that a care worker yells or insults an older person, like they are slow or they make a mistake.
So you mean Article 5 and Article 18, they are the same?
No, we are talking about Article 5 right now.
Oh, I thought Rita's finished Article 5.
Article 5, Tracy.
Oh, okay. I mixed up. I thought you finished Article 5 and okay. Yeah, alright, keep going. Who is going to do Article 18?
Yeah, Hadi will do the Article 18 right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
What is it?
Oh.
See, that's what
No, sorry, it's bit. I will continue so we finish Article 5, and then now I'm gonna do Article 18, and then the last one would be Article 27.
By Hadi, right? Yep, okay.
Yeah.
So we choose Article 18 is about everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, science, and religion. These rights include freedom to change religion or belief, and freedom to manifest religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. This means everyone has the right to believe in whatever religion or values that they choose and to express or practice their belief freely. An example of breach by a care worker is like a care worker refused to let a client pray or making like negative comments about the client's religion or spiritual belief, and also how a care worker upholding this right is care worker must be respect the client's belief, allows them time and space to pray or attending religion service, and including their spiritual preference in their care plan.
Excellent. Well done.
Yep. And do everyone have another example for Article 18? I believe they do. Please.
Any examples? Any other examples? No? The team seems really quiet. Alright, let's we move to Hadi, your Article 27.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. For the Article 27 is wait. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. And everyone has the right to the protection of the moral and material interests resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. So, for...
Sorry, Hadi, I probably stopped you at this stage. Why do you think this Article 27 is related to clients in care?
Pardon? I just read from the... sorry?
So my question is, why do you think Article 27 that is related to clients in care? That's definitely one of the article, yes. Why do you think this article is related to clients in care?
Oh yeah. For the example, a care worker prevent a client from listening to their native language or their traditional music because the worker doesn't understand the language. So yeah, the support worker limiting the cultural access like that. It's like a breach the human right. Is that correct, Tracy?
What is the article is telling you for Article 27?
Yeah, everyone has the right to participate in cultural life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of this article, it sounds like it's really similar to Article 18. Any specific things as mentioned in Article 27? How about you read through Article 7 to everyone? Let's see if we can also try to summarize it. What is Article 27?
Wait a minute. This one I will send it to chat box. This one?
So, participate into the community, enjoy the arts, and share the scientific advancements, and the right to the protection of the moral and the material interests resulting from the scientific productions. Yeah, so how do you think this is related to the client's care? Because
So
this one, yeah,
can I add a little bit maybe?
sure.
Because this is we can add an example like in a facility. Maybe we have a art day or something, so they can produce an art like a painting or something. That's their right to. So, from my point, this article is like provide them rights to join the activities and to protect their right.
Recording in progress.
Article maybe we after they produce it maybe at the facilities they maybe have fundraising or something, and they might be selling the one of their artworks.
Okay. Yeah.
And we have to have a consent about that one. So if we are not reaching their rights, so we have the consent to selling it.
Okay. Yeah, I do accept that. This is an example, which is great. But yeah, I fully agree with you guys, and also the example you have mentioned, Hadi and Mentor. But I still believe that probably this one is not really closely relevant to the client's care. But yeah, as the example you just mentioned, it could happen for sure. Fundraising or the clients doing their painting and will probably want to fundraising. Yeah, that's for sure. That would be an example. But I think if we choose something that's more relevant to the client's care, that would be great. But that's also
Tracy, I would.
Yes, Ali.
I would like to add something like for the breaching example, it could be like a worker takes credit for a client at work or they sell it for their interest.
Yeah.
So they take credit for what is not theirs.
Yeah, that's for sure. I believe if you guys are working with the clients who probably is really famous in art or any of their could be painting or their properties, and then you sell it, getting the credits, and also without getting the consent from the clients, that will definitely breach the human rights. Yes, I agree with you. But I mean, generally, it probably is not quite relevant to direct client care. But yeah, I don't say that there's absolutely not relevant. But yeah, yep, okay, all good, no problem. How about the last group? We probably just got a few more minutes. We need to go for lunch. Last group, can you try to make it within 4 minutes? Group 4?
Yes.
Group 4? Yes, Audrey?
Group 4, we decided that we would go like one by one. We chose like 3 different principles, and each of us will present. So I think the first is Kristen with this Article 5.
I will read about Article 5. I think someone already answered it, but I'm gonna answer again. Like Article 5. The breach is like a care worker should or roughly handles resident during personal care, and how we uphold it, like use gentle, compassionate, harsh, and kind language, and always maintain the person's dignity and comfort. That's all.
Okay. What else you can uphold your client's rights? Upholding the client's rights not only about what you would do, it's also how you're going to make your clients understanding that is their right and they can practice their right. So anything else you can add on?
Yeah, we can respect emotion, like listen actively,
Okay.
that feelings, we protect dignity, like always close doors or curtains, cover for residents appropriately during personal care, and maintain confidentiality.
Okay.
And report abuse if we witness or suspect cruelty or neglect by others is reported immediately to supervisors or safeguarding authorities.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you. Next.
Next is me. I have article number 12, the right to privacy.
Yep.
Article 12 says that no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with the privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon its honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. So the breach should be a care worker. During the break, they discuss about their client specific or some new diagnosis health profile with their colleagues who are not involved in the case or in the care plan. So this one is the interfere with the client's privacy and breach the confidentiality clause because we share the client's information without a legitimate and without a person that is relevant. So for upholding, if you need to hand over the information of the clients, maybe do so in a private setting and do it with the people that relevant in the care plan. And when we are discussing about our client, maybe not just you and me, but in a hall, and we have people that are not relevant, we use some general non-identifying subjects, like that does not reveal the client's identity. And we never discuss their private problem, even with their friends who they doesn't give our consent to.
Excellent. So for group 4 or Audrey, I'll give you an example. Could you tell me what you would do if you supporting a client with intellectual disability in his home? All right. So when there's an incoming call is ringing, who do you think should answer the call? Do you think the call should be answered by the care workers or should be answered by the client with this intellectual disability?
For me, it depends on what we have discussed with the family before we start doing the at-home care plan. So if they say that I can pick up the calls, I will. But if the family, their legal guardians, they didn't say anything about if I'm home with the client and there's a call, I can pick it up, then I would not.
How about
sorry.
No, keep going, Audrey. Yeah.
Okay. So in case I would like if the client wants to pick up the call because it's their house and their phone, I would let them too. But because I know they may not understand all the things going on, so I may take notes. About who's calling about what problem so that I can let their parents or guardian knows later. But I will not answer.
Yep. How about others? What do you think in this case?
I think I'll let the client to take the call because whoever's calling, if they know our client, who they wanted to talk to, maybe it's our client, and I'm gonna ask if my client needs help. If he said yes, then I'll take the call instead.
Yeah, absolutely right. So in this case, we should let the clients to answer the call. Don't forget, this is Article 12 about client's privacy. So it could be calling from the client's friends or anyone else. So we firstly should let the clients to answer the call. If they ask for help, for us to helping them to answering or take some notes or write down some information, then definitely we can offer our help. But initially, that call should be answered by the clients. And this is similar as like if you receive a letters from like a post mails, right? So as a care support worker, we should not opening the mails or the letters on behalf of the clients, even though they may have different forms of disability. So that is your client's home. You remember, I believe none of you would be happy anyone to come to your home and open your mails, open your letters, or answering the phone calls in your home. It is the same for your clients. That would also document it in the care plans, whether we do receive the permission to do so, but most of the time, if the clients would be able to live in their own home with other clients or individually, then we should always respect that it's the client's home and also respect their privacy. Yeah, so regardless the letter or mails or phone call, that the person should be the first one to take the call or opening the letters. Yeah, that is about what we say Article 12 in terms of privacy. Yeah, and I fully agree with what Audrey has explained about not to disclose, not to discuss our clients' personal information to any irrelevant or unauthorized person. Yeah, so that's absolutely right. And the last article before we go for our lunch break.
Oh yeah, that's me. I want to give an example of based on Article 26, and the first rule of that 26 is everyone has the right to education. And one example of breaching the rights is that the care worker ignores the client's interest in learning new skills to avoid extra amount of work or possible troubles. And how we should uphold it is that we should encourage all our clients to learn based on their own strengths, and we can support them by assisting with the enrollment, providing help with transport, or advocating for the client for more learning resources and better learning environment.
Excellent. Great. Anyone else would like to add on for this team, what they have just mentioned? No? All right. So I think, yeah, it's well done for every group. You read through the whole Universal Declaration of Human aged care or community services. I would like you to think about what we can do to actually make our clients understanding their rights. We can do a lot to protect our clients' rights, like privacy or confidentiality, that's correct. But I think it's also important for our clients, they do have the right to know those are the human rights they are entitled to have. So most of the clients, you can see like in this version of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it's involved with a lot of pictures, right, or images. That is also helping some of the clients, or even though for the kids or the people with disability, they can easily understanding about their rights. That it's part of our responsibility. Our responsibility is not only protecting them, not being breach of their rights, but it's our responsibility to help our clients or support these clients to understanding their own rights, so they can easily practice their rights, and they know in the future if their rights are being breached by somebody else, so at least they can express their concern to any of us, right? That is also what I would like you guys to think about. Alrighty, well done, everybody. Now it's 1:30. We can have 15 minutes break, then we finish the last part of this unit. Alright? So please come back after 15 minutes. 1-5. Okay? Enjoy your lunch.
Okay.
Talk to you guys soon.
Lunch, person.